Hello folks, and I hope you're still having a lovely day. And this month we'll be going to Persley Walled Garden to plant begonias with a landscaping team and meeting apprentice James Graham. A few other tips I'll be showing you is baskets, how to keep them colourful all year round, sweet pea cones, and a catch up with our friend Norman from the Foyer. Not only do they plant begonias, they plant around 65,000 bedding plants across the city in parks, green spaces and other areas. They also do 2,100 baskets, 150 barriers and 300 window boxes. And part of the landscaping team I'll be working with today is James Graham, doing his apprenticeship with Aberdeen City Council. Hi James.
Hi Danny. I'm alright. This is a canna. What we do is we bring these in the beds and we plant them up every so far, and it just raises the height of bed a bit. This roughly grows another foot, and once it grows it'll have a lovely pink flower on it.
So how's the apprenticeship going, James?
It's going very well. At the end of my apprenticeship, it's about 4 years long, and it's a great opportunity. It's good. We get 3-month rotations. We visit Seaton Park, Duthie Park, inside and outside, so you get a cracking variety of different plants and different methods of growing. What you see is at the start of one place, by the time you come round to the next bit you get to see what you've done.
Yeah. So how does the apprenticeship work? It's been a while since I've done it.
What happens is it's 1 day a week down to college, and the rest is on-site work experience. Get to work with some cracking people.
When planting any summer bedding, I was taught to treat it like an egg. You don't want to squeeze it too hard and crush it, but you also want to be firm enough to get it in the ground. In Persley Walled Garden there's some beautiful shrubs and plants. There's this Acer, dark purple Acer, lovely peony rose, waiting to come into flower, the dulcet greens of the sedum, and beautiful climbers such as this purple Wisteria. Not only do you get the dark purple Acer in Persley Walled Garden, you also get this variety of Acer where its leaves started as green and are now starting to turn yellow. Hi there, one of the viewers' questions that we've had is how to make your basket look good all year. And obviously with the help of James today, I'll be showing you a few tips on basket making. The first thing is basket selection.
What's the difference between the baskets?
Well, today we'll be using an enamel basket. It's completely made of plastic, and what's good about this is it's got a pre-built coconut liner in the bottom, so you don't have to have a liner for it. Plus it also has watering holes, so it's easy to water throughout the summer. But most people at home will be using one of these. But what you'll have to do with one of these is have a liner. Instead of wasting your money and buying something else, once you've used your compost, turn your compost bag inside out, and then you can then use that as the liner. And now you've filled your basket up with compost, it's all about plant selection.
So what plants did you have in mind?
What I think about is with the baskets is it's about depths. So you're wanting a centerpiece dead in the middle that's going to give you the height throughout the year. Then you're going to build a second line around the centerpiece that's still tall, but it's going to give you just a different colour as well. You're going to have to variate colours. And then you're going to put a trailing line at the outside. You can also do a double trailing line, and what this does is give you a two-tone colour all the way around.
So is that when you'd use these holes at the bottom?
You could use that holes at the bottom for it as well, but for today most people won't have such a basket like this, so we're going to show them how we do it without that. So for my centerpiece today, I've chosen a fuchsia, an upright fuchsia. It's going to give us lots of colour and not too much height. You don't want a conifer in it. A lot of people use conifers in it. I'm totally against it due to the fact is conifers go really big and young conifers absorb so much water, so you have to double your watering when using a conifer in a basket. So that's your centerpiece done. You're now going to build a second ring around this, giving it enough space to grow, but a ring around it.
And what we're going to be planting is some yellow bidens.
Now that James has brought the yellow bidens in, I'm going to show you what to do. So you start off with one centerpiece, so that's one plant. The next row will consist of 3. You always do in odd numbers, so you're going to place them out in a sort of triangle formation around the pot. So the bidens is actually going to thick out and bush out quite a lot, and as long as your centerpiece you've chosen is an upright grower, that's going to stand tall, obviously with a different colour than what you've got here. So now you'll be selecting the plants to trail.
So what would you use?
So when I choose trailing plants, I tend to choose 2 trailing plants. Obviously it's to give as much variation in colour as I can, plus a lot of trailing plants just drop right down, but another one will sit sort of with less room to grow and give you that two-tone colour right around the basket dropping down rather than just one. A lot of people agree with it and just have the one colour, which is great, but I like to give it as much colour as you can and a lot of variation.
Right, next we're going to be using geraniums, and these give lovely all-round colour throughout the year.
Now that James has brought us this lovely trailing geranium, you're going to do the same thing as you just did in the last row, but the triangle you're going to use is going to fill the gaps that you've left between the other plants. What I like to do when I'm always planting trailing plants is to make sure the strongest stem is always facing out of the basket, not in towards the centerpiece, but so it can trail faster going down the side.
Next we're going to be using purple petunias.
We're going to be using this as your main trailing plant. Petunia is great for that because it thickens out and it trails really well. So you'll see you've now got gaps appearing in your basket. Same triangle shape in the points of the triangle, the 3 spaces, but this time to finish it off you're going to use 2. That's going to give you more of an effect of a colour down the sides with the purple and the red just racing through it. What you're going to get out of this basket this summer is your lovely pink fuchsia growing upright, standing up here, your bidens bushing out in yellow, and then your trailing plants, the dark purple, the petunia rising down with the stripe of the geranium of the red going through. We're back at the Grove Nursery and I'm catching up with my friend Norman from the Foyer, and we're back looking at the vegetable seeds that we sown a couple of months ago.
These are the carrots we sowed a few weeks ago, and now they're ready for thinning out. Thinning out just means that we're taking out the carrots we don't need so that others have got plenty of room to develop. You should actually thin out the carrots first thing in the morning, early morning, or last thing at night, so the carrot fly doesn't smell the carrots you're taking out.
And if you thought the carrots had came on, you should have a look at this radishes I sown. They're ready to harvest. Look at the size of that radish in 6 to 8 weeks. Alright, this is just a quick tip on how to give yourself some really good colour through your garden through the summer. It's sweet pea cones. All you'll need, a pot, bamboo canes, sweet pea seeds and some compost. First you'll fill your pot with compost, then you'll place your canes in a triangle formation right to the bottom, and then you'll tie your canes at the top. Once your canes tied together and it's secure, poke a few holes, more than one, hopefully about 3. You can get away with more if you want. Sweet peas are lovely plants, easy to grow, and drop your seed into the hole. And at this time of year you can put them straight outside. It'll take about 3 weeks to germinate at this time of year. But what you can also do, because this obviously looks a little bit rough and ready, you could drop this pot into a nicer pot, a terracotta pot, or any sort of pot that you have outside. Or if you have chuckies or stones in your garden, you separate the chuckies, plant this pot down so they don't see the pot, cover it up, make sure it's well watered though, as it could dry out, and the sweet peas will climb out of the stones. And once they get further up, you then secure the lower bit down and they'll just keep on going, and they'll constantly give you colour. All you'll have to do is pinch away the dead flowers and it'll keep going. To make both the sweet pea cones, it's cost me under £3. That's really cost effective for colour throughout the summer. Thanks again for watching, and that's all for this episode. I'll see you again next month. And remember, gardening's always about growing, so let's grow together.